time of the Sakkatthita meeting. Are all the nuns seated in front now? And when we have the dedication of Mary, how will they come up? They can stand.
Some good, some group, some group Masika, Japo, Teran, Karana, Mian, some night, World Pija, Kipia, Kitty, Group, Sakara,
Good morning. First of all, I would like to deliver my great gratitude to Sampai Cambodia, also Peterandria and monks and nuns, people and also to His Excellency.
Highly, Chia Chuchi, Dog, the Nungro, Nung, Pretty Cambodia, what an allowed Nibiria, Vidia Naja Cambodia.
Today is a great day, and also this conference has achieved fruitful results, especially in Cambodia and in this compound of Unama Pagoda.
Nông niệmប្រជាពុទ្ធសាសនិកកម្ពុជានិងក្នុងនាមព្រះសង្ឃទូទាំងប្រទេសនៃកម្ពុជាក៏ដូចជាក្នុងនាមខ្ញុំបករណាអាត្មាភាពផ្ទាល់ខ្ញុំបករណាអាត្មាភាពមានបិតិសោមនុស្សរំភើបរីករាយជាអនេកប្រការ
On behalf of Buddhists and Buddhist monks and nuns of Cambodia, and on behalf of myself, I am very, very happy for this achievement.
ចំពោះការបើកសន្និសីទស្ដីអំពីព្រះពុទ្ធសាសនាជាអន្តរជាតិនៅក្នុងទីនេះ
And this is the first achievement which we have received as regard to the Buddhism practices.
នេះសបញ្ជាក់ឲ្យឃើញថាប្រជាពុទ្ធសាសនិកនិងសាសនិកពលករទូទាំងពិភពលោកបានយកចិត្តទុកដាក់ទ្រទ្រង់និងគោរពបដិបត្តិតាមពាក្យព្រានប្រដៅរបស់ព្រះពុទ្ធបរមគ្រូគឺទ្រង់ព្រះនាមព្រះសំណាក់គោដក
This clearly explains that all Buddhists throughout the world and all people have been practicing and supporting the teachings of Buddha, who has made Samana Buddha.
យើងទាំងអស់គ្នាបានឃើញហើយថាព្រះពុទ្ធសាសនាមុន2500គឺថាមានភាពចុះអោនថយយ៉ាងខ្លាំង
As you might probably know that before 2500, Buddhism had declined seriously.
ប៉ុន្តែដល់កន្លងរយ2500មកដល់មក2541នេះឃើញថាព្រះពុទ្ធសាសនាទូទាំងពិភពលោកមានការរីកចម្រើនយ៉ាងខ្ពង់ខ្ពស់គួរជាទីកត់សម្គាល់
And later, from 2541, the practice of Buddhism has been flourishing.
ដោយយើងជាពុទ្ធសាសនិកជនគ្រប់បណ្ដាជនជាតិនិងគ្រប់បណ្ដាប្រទេសទូទាំងពិភពលោកអាចយកចិត្តទុកដាក់គោរពនិងសិក្សារៀនសូត្រតាមពាក្យព្រានប្រដៅរបស់ពុទ្ធបរមគ្រូជាអម្ចាស់
This is due to the practices of Buddhists of all people throughout the world and the solidarity and unity.
ការសាមគ្គីធម៌នេះ ឯងហើយដែលព្រះពុទ្ធជាអម្ចាស់ទ្រង់សរសើរថាសាមគ្គីណាំងតបោសុខោ
And this unity and solidarity, which was termed by Buddha as Samatha Hatta Sukha,
សាមគ្គីណាដែលកើតមានឡើងនៅទីណាកន្លែងណាសាមគ្គីនោះអាចនាំមកនូវសេចក្តីសុខនិងសេចក្តីចម្រើនពិសេសគឺនាំមកនូវសន្តិភាពជូនដល់ទីនោះកន្លែងនោះ
where there is solidarity and unity, then there will be real peace.
ខ្ញុំប្រកាសណាអាត្មាភាពខ្ញុំមានបៃតិសោមនុស្សរំភើបពីហើយនឹងសូមសម្ដែងនៅការអបអរសាទរដោយស្មោះអស់ពីកម្លាំងកាយចិត្ត
And I am very glad, and also I want to express my great appreciation and welcome this beautiful result.
ក្នុងនាមជាម្ចាស់ផ្ទះនិងក្នុងនាមជាម្ចាស់ប្រទេសនិងក្នុងនាមអ្នកដឹកនាំពុទ្ធសាសនាកម្ពុជាលើកម្ពុជាខ្ញុំប្រកាសណាអាត្មាភាពសូមសម្ដែងនៅការដឹងគុណចំពោះគេថាសមាជសភាពអន្តរជាតិទាំងអស់ដែលបានមកធ្វើការក្នុងទីនេះ
On behalf of the host countries and the host pagoda, and also on behalf of myself as a thought leader in Buddhism in Cambodia, I would like once again to extend my great gratitude to all of you who have been joining in this place.
ហើយនឹងសូមប្រសិទ្ធិពរសូមឲ្យសាមគ្គីធម៌នេះមានភាពខ្ពង់ខ្ពស់ថែមទៀតដើម្បីដឹកនាំទៅរកសុខសន្តិភាពក្នុងពិភពលោកទាំងមូល
And when I now wish that this solidarity and unity be strengthened and can also help us to achieve a real peaceful world.
នឹងសូមប្រសិទ្ធិពរជូនចំពោះសមាជិកសមាជិកាមានដូចជាលោកអាចារ្យក៏ដូចជាភិក្ខុសង្ឃភិក្ខុនៃសង្ឃជាឧបាសកនិងឧបាសិកាហៅថាជាពុទ្ធសាសនិកជួរមុខទាំងអស់សូមឲ្យបានប្រកបនឹងសុខុមាលភាពល្អបរិបូរណ៍សូមពុទ្ធពរទាំង4គឺអាយុវណ្ណៈសុខៈពលៈចូលស្ថិតជានិរន្តរតរៀងទៅទាំងអស់គ្នាសូមអរគុណសូមអរគុណ
And I wish you all, Bhikkhuni, nuns, Doji, lay person, laymen, all of us, in a nutshell, we are Buddhists. So be having a happy life and a peaceful life in this world. Thank you.
So, let me share with you that he's one of the two patrons of this conference. From the very beginning, he supported us a great deal. The others, Sangaraja of the Pamayukin High is unable to be with us, is away in France these days. May I invite His Excellency here now to address us briefly. Thank you.
គណៈជាបឋមសូមក្រាបថ្វាយបង្គំសម្ដេចព្រះសង្ឃរាជទេពវង្សជាទីសក្ការៈសូមក្រាបថ្វាយបង្គំសម្ដេចព្រះមង្គលទីពេជ្រាជាទីសក្ការៈសូមក្រាបថ្វាយបង្គំព្រះគ្រូធម្មអាចារ្យយុហុតជាទីសក្ការៈសូមក្រាបថ្វាយបង្គំព្រះសង្ឃគ្រប់ព្រះអង្គដែលបាននិមន្តមកក្នុងថ្ងៃនេះជាថ្ងៃបិទសន្និសីទនៃព្រះពុទ្ធសាសនាពិភពលោកជាទីគោរពដ៏ខ្ពង់ខ្ពស់ សូមធ្វើគារវកិច្ចចំពោះសីលវតីទាំងអស់គ្រប់ប្រទេសដែលបានមានវត្តមានបានអញ្ជើញមកពីទីឆ្ងាយជិតទាំងអស់នៅក្នុងសន្និសីទនេះហើយក៏សូមធ្វើគារវកិច្ចចំពោះលោកបណ្ឌិតហេម៉ាលោកបណ្ឌិតហេម៉ាលោកជំទាវសុបិនវីព្រមទាំងពុទ្ធបរិស័ទទាំងអស់ដែលបានរៀបចំឲ្យមានសន្និសីទនេះឡើងឲ្យមានអធិកធម៌បាទ
First of all, I would like to express my great respects to Sampai Sangkaja Timo and Sampai Mongol Deja also, Venerable Juhos and other monks for attending this closing ceremony of the conference. My respect also go to layperson, nuns, bhikkhunis who have been participating also in this conference. And also respect is extended to Dr. Emma and Chumtiu Subonawi and other Buddhists who have been exerting their great efforts to organize this conference.
ខ្ញុំសូមសម្ដែងនៅចំពោះវត្តមានសម្ដេចចំពោះព្រះធេរានុធេរៈគ្រប់ព្រះអង្គចំពោះសីលវតីលោកជំទាវលោកស្រីទាំងអស់ដែលបានមានសាមគ្គីធម៌ហើយបានអញ្ជើញមកជាភាតរភាពដើម្បីនឹងកម្ពុជានៅដើម្បីនឹងបិទវគ្គសិក្សានៃការធ្វើព្រះពុទ្ធសាសនាជំនុំឲ្យបានចប់ដោយសុវត្ថិភាពដោយមានជោគជ័យនៅថ្ងៃនេះ
Monks, bhikkhuni from various countries who have shown us the great solidarity and unity for achieving a fruitful result of this conference.
សូមថ្ងៃក្នុងពេលដែលចូលឆ្នាំថ្មីនេះខ្ញុំសូមជូនពរសពសាធិការថ្វាយព្រះពរដល់បវរចំពោះសម្ដេចព្រះសង្ឃរាជសម្ដេចព្រះមង្គលទេពចាព្រះគ្រូធម្មាចារ្យនិងព្រះសង្ឃដែលជាតំណាងមុនមកពីសេរីលង្កាដែលជាសាស្ត្រាចារ្យនៅសាលាពុទ្ធកមហាវិទ្យាល័យហើយនិងព្រះសង្ឃគ្រប់ព្រះអង្គនិងដូនជីទាំងនិងសីលវតីទាំងអស់សូមឲ្យបានប្រកបទៅដោយពុទ្ធពរទាំង5ប្រការគឺអាយុវណ្ណៈសុខៈពលៈនិងបដិភៈកុំបីគ្រៀងគ្រៀតឡើយ
And as a welcoming message for the new year, I would like to also extend my thanks to all the monks from Sri Lanka who have been helped us in teaching Buddhism in our country. And also this thanks goes to all bhikkhuni from various countries who have been attending this conference. And I wish you all the 4 wishes of Buddha in longevity, colors, and strength forever.
ខ្ញុំសូមថ្លែងនៅសេចក្តីអំណរគុណមិនអាចបំភ្លេចបានឡើយសូមចងចាំជានិច្ចនៅក្នុងដួងចិត្តចំពោះសីលវតីនេះដែលបានអញ្ជើញមកពីប្រទេសនានាហើយសម្ដែងនៅភាតរភាពសេចក្តីសាមគ្គីភាពព្រមទាំងមានចិត្តជំនឿក្នុងព្រះពុទ្ធសាសនាបានធ្វើឲ្យសន្និសីទយើងបានជោគជ័យដល់ប្រសើរ
And I also acknowledge to all of bhikkhuni and nuns from all countries attending this conference. And please, I would like also to bring to your notice that I really thought this in my heart, and it is due to the display of your willingness to bring unity and solidarity, and also you have shown
យើងបានដឹងហើយថាព្រះពុទ្ធសាសនាមានគឺថាត្រូវមានប្រជជនមានអាយុទាំងអស់គឺ 5000 ព្រះភាសាប៉ុន្តែតាមជំនឿរបស់ខ្ញុំម្នាក់ឯងផ្ទាល់ចុះខ្ញុំសូមបន់ស្រន់ឲ្យព្រះពុទ្ធសាសនាថិតថេរជាការនៅលើផែនពោធិ៍ធាគឺថាមានអាយុវែងឆ្ងាយជាង 5000 ព្រះភាសាគឺថាឲ្យថិតថេរជាការនៅលើផែនពោធិ៍ធានេះដើម្បីជាមលុបហើយជាសេចក្តីសុខសន្តិភាពនៃពុទ្ធបរិស័ទនៅប្រទេសកម្ពុជាគ្រប់រូបនិងនៅពិភពលោកដែលមានសីលវតីហើយនឹងលោកស្រីអស់លោកដែលបានអញ្ជើញមកក្នុងពិធីនេះ
As you might notice that in most of the records, Buddhism can probably survive for about 5,000 years, but I wish that Buddhism exists forever on this planet, and I hope the practice of Buddhism will bring peace for all Buddhists in Cambodia and also in other countries around the world, and as well as for bhikkhuni and nuns who are the followers of Buddhism.
សូមអរព្រគុណហើយនឹងអរគុណហើយព្រមទាំងសូមជូនពរសពសាធុការចំពោះសីលវតីទាំងអស់ដែលបាក់នឹងធ្វើដំណើរយាងទៅប្រទេសរៀងៗខ្លួននោះសូមឲ្យបានសេចក្តីសុខសេចក្តីចម្រើនព្រមទាំងបាននៅប្រកបនៅជោគជ័យគ្រប់ប្រការ
And once again, I would like to extend my great thanks to all of you and deliver my good wishes to you when you return to your home countries, and I wish also you with a successful life.
សូមថ្វាយប្រកបប្រពោដល់បវរចំពោះប្រការណាជាម្ចាស់ជីវិតទ្វងសម្ដេចព្រះនរោត្តមសីហនុវរ្ម័នរាជហឫវង្សឧបតោសជាតិវិសុទ្ធិពង្សអគ្គមហាបរតនិកରୋត្តមធម្មិកនៅមហារាជាធិរាជបរមនាថបរមបពិតជាប្រជាក្រុងកម្ពុជាព្រមទាំងបរិយាអគ្គមហេសីមុនីនាថសូមឲ្យបានមានប្រជជនមេយុយឺនយូររាប់រយព្រះវស្សាដើម្បីគង់ជាមលុបសម្រាប់ប្រជាជនកម្ពុជាតរៀងទៅបងឯងបាច់បកច្រើនទេបាទ
On this occasion, I would also like to wish a great longevity for His Royal Highness Sultan Norodom Sihanokuvarman and his wife, so that we can be the aegis and the umbrella for the peaceful life of all Cambodians.
សូមអរព្រគុណសូមអរគុណ
Thank you very much for your attention.
So that on Sunday prayers and the meeting and the election of his parents. And before that, we are going to have some announcement with the religion.
passing a list, and all those who are members and have paid their membership fees will be allowed to vote. Please put your names with your best knowledge of what you have done and return it to me. I mean, all those put down the names who are members and have paid the membership fees.
First of all, there are several roles and sort of jobs, basically, and people who will be willing to take up the responsibility and the task of these roles. And the first one, which is the most difficult, of course, and the most time-consuming, is the secretary. Karma Lekshitsomo has been nominated. She has been our secretary for a long time, and she has been nominated for our next secretary. Sorry.
I decline. I appreciate your nomination. I feel that I have already done as much as I can do. 2 years preparing for the first conference and 11 more years of service. And I would like to give other people, I would like now to devote my time to meditation, and I would like to give other people an opportunity.
Now, this is a very important and difficult moment. The only thing we can do is leave the position open for the time being, or nominate another secretary. Or someone who would like to volunteer. Yeah. She wants a question.
Could you describe the functions of the secretary? What is the job? And maybe you or maybe Leksha could talk about what is required of the secretary?
Okay, perhaps we could write the duties down so there's no misunderstandings. First of all, we need an address for Saketita. I am homeless. I have no home. The address we have been using for the past 11 years is my mother's address, and she's a fundamentalist Christian, and she is not happy that we are using her address. So, okay. Second, the secretary needs to receive the memberships, the membership fees, and get them to the treasurer, and acknowledge the receipt of the memberships, and do all correspondence. And until now, the secretary has been doing the newsletter and the mailing of the newsletter as well. Maybe that's going to change. And has also been doing all of the organization of the conferences. And reports to members, has been doing the liaison with the executive committee members and the national branches and the regional branches. And maintaining the mailing list, the database of the 1,800 members or people who are on our mailing list.
Well, I think before we go into the actual nitty-gritty, I just want to remind us all that the strength of Shakyadita lies on the most fundamental Buddhist concept, which is interdependence. We can only make this organization work if each one of us has some role to play. And it doesn't matter whether you are a member of the executive committee or not. And we all have some strength and a lot of weaknesses, but we have to somehow fit into the whole, this organization called Shakyadita. Now, how are we going to make this work? In a way, I think it's the secretary, the role of the secretary is the most difficult because it is really the most demanding. It will consume your life. So I can see that nobody would like to take up that role as an individual unless this person is supported by all your input. So we'll leave that for the time being. The next is our most important person in many ways, which is our president. There are two nominations, Ranjani De Silva and Hema Guna Tilake.
I'm sorry, I'm going to decline. Thank you.
I hope, Ranjani, you don't decline. Otherwise, we all fall apart.
Maybe I have started some work in the last 2 years. Maybe that helps to continue my work, and so I will accept it as I want to.
Yay! The next role, which is the role of vice president. Actually, I have been the vice president in the past, but I have no job. It doesn't mean much. So I have volunteered to do the newsletter. So it is a vice president who does the newsletter job. Okay. The next role is the treasurer. Gabriel Kusterman, you have been nominated, but is there anyone else who would like to take up this very difficult job? Don't decline.
Treasurer if I could have a representative in America. I just asked Kamala whether she would be accepting this situation like this, and she said yes. So in this case, I would do the job and giving the report in future, but the actual work would have to be done in America because the money is collected there, and it's too much of a throwing around the money from America to Europe and back again, and this will only make the banks wealthier, but us poorer. Huh? So we have to find a practical way out of this. Thank you.
So Gabriel, you are going to work in close cooperation with Karmalik Shitsomo.
When we change the address, the memberships will come into that address, and that person will then forward the monies on to whoever is the treasurer. My experience is that it's difficult to do it in some countries. So someone has to work out a whole new financial structure for Sakyadita and make sure that the monies are handled, and the banking regulations in some countries make it very difficult. So in the United States, it's very easy to do banking. But when we send our memberships from Europe to America or from America to Europe, there's a $10 bank charge. Or to Sri Lanka, or to Thailand, there's a $10 banking charge, which eats up the membership. So I don't know. You have to decide.
Have a representative with you who's doing the work in the United States. They should leave it to me to
you have to appoint a new treasurer in the United States.
Yes, but we have no name.
Right. Right. Well, maybe someone here has to volunteer.
Well, Jane Warney, where are you? You have volunteered to work in cooperation with Gabriel. I think it is very important to have someone in North America. The next is publicity, which is very much linked to the organizing of the next conference. We haven't finalized the venue of the next conference, but publicity and organizing the international conference needs to come together. And there has been a nomination, and actually this is Yolanda van Eed. Is there any other nominations? Who would like to take up this role as organizing the next conference and to do the publicity as well? Yolanda, are you willing? So now into the next section, which is we have had national representatives from every country. Actually, we don't have so many national representatives now, but in the past, there has been a suggestion that these national boundaries are actually obsolete. In many cases, this is a suggestion, of course, and going back to yesterday's meeting, that sometimes national boundaries do not mean much because the Tibetan nuns in Ladakh, in Tibet and Bhutan can communicate using their Tibetan language, and they have a similar Buddhist education. So there has been a suggestion to overcome the problem that we've had with the national representatives. Another example is Europe. The national representative keep shifting around. One who was living in Netherlands is now living in Ireland. Our UK rep is thinking of going to Germany. Now, this kind of a constant change of addresses seems to be rather, difficult to handle if we only have we stick to the national representatives, but somehow seems to make sense if we had a regional coordinator, which was discussed yesterday. But what do you think? Are there any suggestions on this point? Because it will mean a kind of a slight structural change. Are there any questions or something? Would you like to say something on this?
I would like to have any representative, national representative, nominate a representative. Because if ever he is dropping out because he is going into retreat or into another country, the country is left without any information center. So please, then if this happens, that the person is not in that country, she should nominate a representative and tell the center of international Sakyadita who it is and the address and everything. And I think like this it should work in the future.
Are there any national representatives left from the last conference in this hall? Bhikkhuni Kusuma, are you the only one? And you're not in Sri Lanka, right? What do you think of this idea of strengthening the regional solidarity? And somebody is in charge of the regional. Of course, what we mean by regional has to be discussed, but of this regional section. Is there anybody who is very much against or say something against this?
I would just like to share that over the last 11 years, we tried it both ways. We tried the regional centers and we tried the national centers. And in our experience, the regional center idea did not work. Even the national center is too big to really get people together for meetings. I just share this with you that it's very important that the local branches be strong. And communicating across, even within one country, is hard enough, but across regions, I'm afraid that it will make it very difficult to accomplish anything. It's up to you.
So maybe I'll just, to make it easy, I'll have a simple, straightforward vote. Can those who will like to stick to the old system, which is we have a national representative in each country where we have members. And the second option is we have a regional coordinator who will not replace, because we've had the past sections, there are some groups, some national sections like UK is working, but someone who will coordinate, so the regional coordinators will coordinate one area. So those for the national sections, can you?
May I add something?
Yeah.
In our last meeting, these two were not mutually exclusive. We had national representatives and regional coordinators, and that is what has worked best today. It's not either or.
Yeah.
Yes. The coordinates, with whom are the coordinators going to coordinate in the region? So I think we should have representatives of each country as well for her to coordinate.
Right. This is just a question. What happens to an area like Ladakh, which is, part of it is in India, but they will have a very hard time coming down from Ladakh. Are we going to call them the Indian representative? Would you like to say something? I mean, in Europe, definitely, as Europe is going for unity, it is much easier for us to have a European center than, and that is how it practically works, that we are constantly in touch. But however, would you rather, well, this is the third option, which is to have the regional officer, coordinator, and keep the national sections. So we have three options. Probably we need somebody to count, because it will be a straight election. Is there someone who will come forward to volunteer and do the counting? I think we need about 3.
Please explain again, because it's very complicated.
Oh, okay. Oh, shall I put it in
The
writing?
list of voters is still not ready, so we don't know the exact number of voters. We can't do any voting now, except
Everybody is happy with one thing.
Shall we take a break here for about 10 minutes and give you time to discuss or think about it, and by then we'll try to prepare a list as well. Is that all right? 10 minutes? Because it's a very different...
Seminary coordination for the Sri Lankan nuns.
Yeah, so
And setting up a proper
that is what
bhikkhuni
your training
retreat.
for this came not by Saketi, that this came from the bhikkhus. And I was
Right,
not
and that's
aware.
my other advice, is that we should not always do everything the bhikkhus say.
But this
Because
is-
sometimes the bhikkhus are not
I know.
respected. And if we
Actually-
put, okay, I gotta tell you something very
I'll
frankly.
show you my facts there. I have
my dear ones.
Yes.
You have 34 voting members.
more than that.
Okay,
Many
you
more,
please
many more.
inform the new president. Oh, okay, new
Many,
president,
many more.
34.
Many more.
Here,
Where is your
Yeah.
Sri Lankan list? No, that's
here
all we
in
have
this
here.
hall,
Sri Lanka.
That's all we
voting.
have here.
Yes.
Here in this hall,
Yes.
voting.
Yeah, I know.
Did you get?
I have about 30 in my list already who have paid the membership.
Where are
fee.
they?
But
Bring it.
where are they?
Bring
They,
it.
they have signed here again.
Oh, they
I asked
signed
them.
here. Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe not all. I checked with that.
Yeah,
Let me
okay.
check and make sure these Thai nuns got on here. Do you see Upamai? Something's wrong. I don't see Upamai.
But you see, I can't do anything but ask several times.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sister.
Remember address.
600.
34, 35. So, now. But you have to look at the list
That's what I want to
and whether they are.
Revata did not come to the speech. Revata did not come to the stage.
And you're putting on the You don't know?
Listen to him. But we wanted to get this done because it's not one time only. No, I just know what is happening. I just know what is
Oh, do anything. They're free hard. It's 40 hours more per week. Get some sleep.
So this is all we got, that's 36. Anybody who has paid fees and not on the list and not coming forward, please show up. Do you not want a vote?
They're doing something different against the bylaws.
Waste of time, I think. Waste of time. Just we will finish like any other time. And intentions of the other side.
Banshees Association has $10,000 a year. They can put in a $10 membership. They can all vote as a group. One vote. We've done that before.
The ones who are present object to that only those who are members and have paid the membership fees are being able to have valid votes.
100,000.
But you see, maybe there are many who couldn't pay and couldn't be a member and now are excluded from these votes. But I think this is not so it doesn't matter, because if you are objecting to anything we are doing here, you could tell us why and we may think about it. And afterwards we do the vote. But we have to do the votes by the bylaw of the organization. If we don't do it like this, it's not legal. And we have to try to do the legal thing. Sorry for excluding some of you who are not able to vote, but anyhow, you have all the right to speak up and give your opinion on different subjects. And all those who are able to vote can think about it, and you know that everybody is sympathetic to all the nuns, and if all those who are maybe not able to pay the money, and they will reconsider what they have said. But this is a very formal thing, and we have to go by the bylaws. If you do not, we are just playing around.
Now it's getting very confusing. I think
There's no reason for confusion.
So I explained before, everybody who is not being able to vote but wants to contribute, please speak up. Also, please, the last of Cambodia, speak out if you don't understand this thing, if you want to have it in a different way, please speak out. We will give time before each voting to people come forward. We don't need to have secret votes. We can put up our hands when we are in favor of the motion. And we will count the hands, and then if there is anything but 100% for one motion, we will count and do it like this. Sorry that I'm being so strict.
So what is it that we had to vote for?
Officers. Officers, President. You're the President.
Us?
Well, I wasn't at the meeting. I have no idea what they talked about. I wasn't invited.
It was at 11 o'clock in the night. I came to
Yes, okay, sure. People, many people are sponsoring lay people who would like to be voting members and don't have $10.
Also, if anybody is here who would like to sponsor memberships for the nuns of Cambodia, then he should come forward and tell us, okay, I'm sponsoring. You have time 5 minutes to do so. The President, Vice Coco Kavanagh,
please put it down. Are there any other suggestions from the floor for President or Vice President? Please come forward. No other suggestions. Then we, as the secretary, also, as the president, there is a suggestion, Kamala.
Sorry, thank you very much. I decline.
Could you come forward? Coco Kawanami has been doing vice president for the last.
Please, Coco. They want to know who is Coco.
Huh?
Supposed to take nominations from the floor for each.
I had done it already.
did it? Okay.
Yeah. So, who is for Coco being the vice president for the next 2 years? Any objections? Anybody against it? No. Anybody abstaining? One more. So nearly 100% you are elected. Thank you. So now we are voting for the secretary for the next 2 years. Job in the next 2 years if you choose to elect her. So who is for Norma?
Everybody's for Norma. Everybody's for Norma.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Who is against Norma? Nobody.
Oh, Lenga is against.
Lenga? One? No.
Joking.
Who is abstaining? Another one. So, okay, always the same procedure. So, Norma, thank you very much. All the best. Now.
I wish to say that I hope that I can in any way step into the footsteps of Karma Lekche Tsomo. There will be no way to do such a thing. And there will be terrible comparisons and no comparison. So I hope, Lekche, that you will be our teacher and remain with us because we need you and we love you. And we admire you so much, and thank you.
Thank you for electing me as president. First thing I must say, our Venerable Lekche Somo had been doing such a great service to remain this Sakyadhita, retain the Sakyadhita for last 10 years. I want to elect her as our advisor. Will you all accept it? That's a new post in our this board. So we appoint her as our advisor. Those who are for it, please hands up.
Honorary president.
It is an
honorary president, I would say.
Who? Advisor and honorary president. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. 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 I put my both hands up. Yes. She'll be always there for us. There's no Sakyadhita without Venerable Lekche. I always say that.
So, we keep forward. So it came up, but it came up by heart. So, and I think it's very fine that Ranjani suggested this. So I will suggest that also that Venerable Karma Lecture Soma stays to be our advisor, and with the status of honorary president of Sakyadita. Please accept this.
Pardon? Do you have something to say? Yeah, the procedure is irregular. We do have honorary advisors of Sakyadita, and I would be honored to join them. It's a Bhikkhuni Huichen of Korea, Xiaoyun Fashe of Taiwan, Ayakema, our dearly beloved Ayakema was one. We do have Venerable Dhammawati from Nepal. We do have honorary advisors. We don't have an honorary president, so I think we should stick with our bylaws. Thank you.
Thank you for correcting me, and also Serenity for correcting me. So Karma Lecture Tomo accepted to be an honorary advisor because this is put down in the bylaws, and we stick to the bylaws. And still we don't have the position of a honorary president. We might discuss this later when we have done the elections for future. Yes. Yeah. So I'm passing on to Koko Kavanami.
The next is the treasurer. Gabrielle Kusterman has been nominated as treasurer. Jane Wayne is also nominated as a treasurer who will work in close cooperation with Gabrielle in North America. Now, who is for Gabriella? Please raise your hands. For her. Okay. Are there anyone against? Abstention? No abstention. You've got full support. Any abstention? I can't see. Oh, one abstention. Jane, maybe could you stand up? Anyone for Jane? Please raise your hands. Okay, thank you. Anyone who is against? Against? Abstention? One. So, Gabrielle and Jane. Thank you.
Thank you. We both will do our very best to give at the next Sakyadita conference a financial report.